Hey guys, today we're playing Dynamite Headdy for the PlayStation 3, originally on the Sega Genesis. This is basically an emulated version of the Sega Genesis, but it has a cool border so you don't have to look at black lines in widescreen, and apparently it's converted to HD, although I'm sure if I put a Sega Genesis game up and blew it up on my TV, as long as it had the proper cables, it probably looks similar, but I'm probably horribly wrong, so I'm sure that I might get messages to correct me, but I guess any publicity is good publicity. I don't know, this is a Treasure game. Usually if you see the Treasure logo, you know it's going to be a good game. Treasure, most of the people that work at Treasure were originally employees from Konami, so a lot of the people who made excellent games like Super Castlevania 4 went on to go to Treasure and make these weird, bizarre games. Treasure is known for really bizarre, weird, somewhat difficult games, and this game's no difference. It's pretty much hard as nails in my opinion. I mean, you can get past a few levels, but after that it gets pretty hard, but it's quite unique. So let's start the game. I don't think I recorded this before. If I did, you'll get two excellent videos of excellent commentary on Mikey's Video Game Madness. Well, I hate talking about myself in the third person, even though that's really the channel. But anyway, I don't think I recorded it, but I'm just saying, just if I did. So Treasure games are always known to have good graphics and are extremely creative, but the difficulty level is usually high, as I said before. I'm not really sure what kind of world Dynamite Headdy is in. It looks like it's in some mannequin stage-based world, because there's a lot of curtains and lights and stuff, and everybody looks like they're made out of toys. And I really like the graphical style, and this game has a lot of cool effects that I haven't seen in other Sega Genesis games. One thing I can say about the Sega Genesis, it might have not done Mode 7, but some of the weirder effects that I've seen in games like Castlevania Bloodlines, with the weird tower effects, like on the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Why are we watching this? The Leaning Tower of Pisa is waving back and forth, even though it has terrible screen tearing, if screen tearing was a thing back then. And there's this cool thing in level 2, hopefully I'll get to it, where the floor rotates. So even though it didn't do the whole Mode 7 thing, it did do other cool things. And one thing about Sega Genesis, I guess because of the type of processor it was, even though it couldn't put out as good as graphics, the games could run a lot faster. Like the Sega Genesis was way better at like fast-paced shooters than the Super Nintendo was. Not to say that the Super Nintendo shooters are any easier or anything. They usually looked a lot better, but the Sega Genesis was better at a lot of things on the screen at the same time, and a lot of bullets flying at you too. When the Super Nintendo first came out, the graphics are usually better, but most early Super Nintendo games are pretty infamous for slowdown. That was a cool effect, the way that backstage fell down. Hopefully I can beat this cat. Look, there's little stage hands and stuff. The trick to this cat is you have to get him where he's not highlighted. Like right now, but you gotta get his head. He's doing some weird Dragon Ball Z charge thing. I don't know much about Dragon Ball Z, that's just what it looks like. I'm in a compromising position. I really messed that up, but I'm glad I got through it on the first try. I've noticed on a lot of YouTube videos when people first play that level, they get stuck on it. But once you know what to do, it's not that hard. Like you saw, I got hit 1,000,000 times and I'm still alive. 1,000,000 might be slightly exaggerating, just slightly. So now you have this town, and it's basically a practice town. Everything you do in this town's optional. Should I practice or shouldn't I? I don't know. Let me have a drink of my soda. Yes, it is soda. It's not alcoholic. My speech is normally slurred. Alright, back to the game. I think if you played this game buzzed, you would suck so bad at it, but I don't know. Some people under the influence of drugs or alcohol are better at video games for some reason. It blows my mind. But if I personally played this while drinking, oh my gosh, it wouldn't be pretty. Although I noticed, like, sometimes, I guess because your judgment is a little bit poor, you take more risks. And like sometimes, like at driving games or like Grand Theft Auto, when I've played while I'm drinking or whatever, which I haven't done in a very long time. I haven't had a drink in over a year. It's crazy. So I haven't really done it that often, but when I have, like I noticed I've taken risks on doing things that I wouldn't normally do because I'd be all paranoid playing something sober, and actually gotten farther at certain parts. What the hell? That's like the most useless power. Can I get a new one? I had to continuously assure everyone that I wasn't drinking. Why I felt obligated, I don't know. Sometimes the YouTube crowd's the most judgmental crowd, but it really doesn't matter, because as far as I know, I won't meet anybody in real life on this. Most of the people in the gaming community are European. I've seen conventions of people doing stuff over there, but here in the US, not so much. Usually if the people aren't European that make gaming channels, are usually Canadian, but you rarely see a lot of American-based gaming channels or retro gaming channels. You'll see somebody put in 1 billion Call of Duty videos though that's American, and they usually all suck. Sorry, person, whoever makes 100 Call of Duty videos, you probably have more subscribers than me, so what do I know? Those things look like they're straight out of Monty Python. And I'm itching. I treated my dogs for fleas, so we don't have fleas. I hope she didn't go through poison ivy and ended up petting her, which is a major possibility. What a creepy looking robot. Oh, I had to kill it. Some. What a creepy face. I just got finished playing Castlevania, as you'll see on the video. So I'm used to that game's physics, so I'm not really playing this game as well as I usually do if I play it. Oh, you are... That sucks to be you. This game excels at worthless power-ups. I need the get small guy. Well, the Sega Genesis ability is so amazing. I don't know how it was able to actually process me shrinking, but it's impressive. My dad let me rent this game, and I forgot, I didn't do some chore or something, so I only got to play it for like one day. And then I got grounded and got it taken away from me, and then I didn't get to play it till like 10 years later. Because it was a somewhat difficult game to find, at least where I lived. And then the miracle of emulation came on, and I got to finally play it again. That was very helpful. I guess this would be considered the proper boss of this game. This game's using Nutcracker music like Lemmings does. I guess it's easier to come up with a known classic than to actually come up with your own tunes. But there's something timeless about it. My sister used to, when she was a kid, all the girls on my mom's side of the family go see the Nutcracker on the Richmond Ballet. So my sister, whenever they had a Nutcracker movie or animated show, she'd watch it. And I just remember seeing it one time. And I saw the movie, I never saw, I mean the movie had ballet in it. I've never seen ballet like in real life, which is weird. I've never seen it because my cousin, I believe, now owns 2 dance studios, so she used to do it all the time. And they'd go see the Nutcracker, and I just remember seeing the movie. And when I was a kid, I was jealous because I wasn't part of something. I was being left out. So like, I'll go see the Nutcracker, and I saw the movie and saw how dumb it was, like with the Rat King and stuff. Sorry if you're a fan of the Nutcracker. But like a Nutcracker guy coming to life, and a Rat King that's really a grown-ass man wearing a rat helmet. And the Nutcracker is usually portrayed by a man wearing a plastic or paper mache Nutcracker man helmet. At least when it's animated, they have actual rats and drawn out Nutcrackers, but it's a pretty stupid story about the Nutcracker saving it. But people don't really get it. It's a cautionary tale about being careful about not letting your bread get moldy and not eat it when it gets moldy, because then you'll hallucinate. And it especially sucks when you hallucinate around Christmas time, because you're supposed to be celebrating the holidays, and that's when the Nutcracker takes place. So instead of enjoying the festivities of Christmas, you're hallucinating about Rat Kings and Nutcracker men that come alive and dancing in between. And you really don't want that. The only drug-infested holiday you should really have is getting drunk so you can put up with the relatives that you really don't like. Which I have done before. And it's unbelievable how pleasant that alcohol has made those things. The last 2 years I went there completely sober, and I stayed sober, and I was like, I kept to myself. But the time before that, had a great time. because if they're not serving alcohol, you usually have relatives, usually your cousins, that usually bring it with them. And when we're pretending to socialize, we're really in the back room getting slightly hammered so we can deal with the relatives that we don't really like all that much. There comes a point where you don't really talk about it for a long time, and you really don't care for anybody in your family that much, and then you find that you guys share a similar bond that you don't like half of the people that are in the family get together that personal day, and then you bond. Holidays are an interesting time. Definitely takes the edge off of that. Oh, so what are you doing with your life story? Which I hate during the holidays. This was one of the cool effects I was talking about on the Sega Genesis did with this particular game. This game has a lot of interesting effects. Seems like every level they try something interesting visually. But anyway, like, people in your family that ask how you're doing, they really don't give a shit most of the time. There might be a few that ask how you're doing and really care, but most of the time they're just waiting for you to stop so they can, so it's an entryway to tell you how successful they've been or their kids have been. It really has nothing to do with them being interested in how you're doing, because a lot of times you'll start saying how you're doing and you'll get cut off mid-sentence so they can interrupt and say how successful their kids are. Because mom and dad paid for college and they never actually had a real job in their entire life, but you know, I should be happy for them, because I've actually worked and had to get everything that I've had instead of had it handed to me, but whatever. I'm not bitter. One of these days I'll have a success story. Maybe it'll be this YouTube channel, but that's up to you guys. No pressure. This level's kind of disorienting. I played this on a LCD TV that didn't have a refresh rate this particular game, and like it was almost impossible to play because everything would ghost behind it and have a trail, and it was quite miserable. Since I'm talking, I'm having trouble concentrating on the screen. I'd say it's because of ADD or something, but recently the guy that first claimed to discover ADD or whatever said that it's a fictional made-up disease now. Of course that'll probably change in a few months or something. It's one thing about the science community that we all know and love is one day something's bad or exists and the next day it doesn't. I mean, Pluto was a planet for quite some time. How did I get past that? I literally had no idea what I was doing. Oh, why would I? This game has such useless power-ups. Did that heal me though? I wasn't paying attention. I don't want to play a stupid ass bonus game. I forgot how this works. I'm probably gonna fail at it miserably because of that. I'm just gonna stay here because I can't be bothered with 2 of those. Oh, now we got bombs. Oh no, time's up. Oh, I just took one of my little ball launchers away. So I guess this doesn't end until it goes into a hoop of one of those, I don't know what you would call it, one of those symbol looking things. There, I failed. Oh well. You made 4 shots. Work on your game. Did you really need to tell me I sucked? You don't think I could figure that out on my own? If I remember correctly, the next thing that's coming up is a pain in the ass. And there's probably a good chance where the video is going to end if I can't kill this thing. Oh, it's an evil clown. How dare you abuse that marionette like that? There's responsibilities that come with having a puppet. And you're not exercising them. It's bad enough you stole Mr. Peanut's wardrobe. How do I get out? That's just a mean trick. It'll be like some 3rd form or something. No. Oh, set change. Oh, something else to destroy me. I would have never thought. Give me the sleepy time one. Because I think that restores my health. Unless somebody hits you. Like a gigantic dragon. Did he point to the feet? I think he pointed to the feet. You made me fight a clown with the Mr. Peanut puppet. Now I gotta fight this stupid... Okay. Target. I got it. Oh, you gotta love those 16-bit sectioned flamethrowers. I don't know what you are, little alien guy, but you have been extremely helpful. You, on the other hand, Mr. Lizard Man. Yeah, well, I don't know if you noticed, but the thing's breathing fire. Why couldn't I just hit the heart to begin with? Did it repaint your heart? Oh, son of a bitch. Are you gonna give me a sleep ability? Nope, just kill me. That's the closest thing to a human being I've saw in this game yet. Get your little lizard guy skin, because apparently I gotta fight all full 15 forms of you, and I don't know, Sleeping ability, definitely wasted. Okay. Let me hit your dollar store costume. Nothing helps me out and it's creepy at the same time. It's quite a combination. Okay, target. Now I gotta hit your impure heart. But now you're gonna wear a stupid ass ballerina costume. Thank you. What the hell is that? Thank you. Again, this game has the worst power-ups. Most treasure games have a ridiculous amount of bosses, and they usually have more than one form. Okay. There's probably people looking at this. Man, this part's so easy. I'm fully aware of my lack of skill level, especially when commentating on a video. Wow, I just sort of jumped into that flame, didn't I? This game's getting me back for putting down the nutcracker. Sorry, little mannequin guy. Or girl. I'm preventing you from dressing in drag. Oh, you're gonna dress up again, aren't you, dipstick? I hope that helped somewhat. It did until I got spinned around. Those are some mighty cool roller skates. Oh man, game over. I'm gonna stop there. This video has dragged on long enough. Anyway, that was Dynamite Headdy. This is on the Sega. I always can't remember the name of this collection. The Sonic Ultimate Sega Genesis collection. Whatever collection's on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. Also available on the Sega Genesis, of course, because this is what this was originally on. Probably available on other systems that I just can't think the list right now. But anyway, thank you guys for watching and take care. It's a decent game, try it out.